Boom! Here we
Hey.
are. Characters, welcome. Coming back at you from the Thanksgiving holiday. I'm Justin Tyler.
I'm
And
Sarah
joining
Smallwood
me,
Parsons.
Sarah Smallwood Parsons.
Can you
Name
believe
on the
it?
masthead. Been away for a hot second.
Back
Very
from the
excited to have you here.
back from the dead.
What have you been doing?
Not
The
a
people. I'm
whole
asking for the people.
lot. Not a whole lot. I've been living an artist life. I've been enjoying the
Oh.
holiday. I've been hanging out with my cats. All the most important things.
Describe to me the artist life. What does that mean?
Yeah,
Because coming to my kitchen, I feel like I'm living just a common man's life.
absolutely.
What is the artist lifestyle?
So my apartment's sort of an apartment slash studio. I'm currently making a lot of stuff out of reclaimed doll parts. So it kind of looks like a
Yes.
serial killer lives here a little bit.
I notice you have a strong green screen background that is hiding your serial killer backdrop, and
There's 200
I'm
dolls behind
sad.
me now.
Yes,
Um,
they're all looking. They're all making hard eye contact with you, which is beautiful.
yeah, it might pick them up from time to time. But yeah,
Um,
selling stuff at markets, it's been real.
That's really cool.
Kind
I
of.
love that. We talk a lot about, we do characters, we write, we are doing all of our stuff, but we don't ever have tangible stuff in our hands. And
Hmm.
there's such value to being like, look at this, and holding something or showing something, and to see someone excited when all you have to do is show them. That's
Yeah,
an
a
amazing
lot less
thing.
bad than being like, you want to watch this 5-minute YouTube video?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Pay
Please watch this video. Hey, if I hold my phone, can I have a stall next to you where I hold up my phone? And just like, hey, could you please watch this and have a
Hey.
little tip jar, a little jingle jangle. Sorry, Jorge zooming in on us because the comments are Sarah, you're alive from Stevie. Stevie's back, also very excited to have you here,
Live,
Stevie.
silly.
Raise, I thought Eric and Justin ate you or something, which a common. We haven't gotten deep into cannibalism, Eric and I. That's
They
our
threatened.
thing now.
Yeah, they threatened
Um,
with no follow through.
Raisin Delta, where's Justin's facial hair? Great question. It's like I aged backwards. Did I time travel? Common question I get. I time traveled. Turns out facial hair just ages.
You do
Disgusting.
look quite youthful.
Yeah, it's an yeah. The who knew that just a little bit of beardo is really standing in the way of me being deep into my late 20s to early 30s. There it is. That's a fresh face.
Yay! Um,
But you will notice I am growing it back because my wife was like, "Wow, you look nice," but immediately changed back to what you look like right before. Like I like your choices, but they're bad. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You know
like,
that
it's
sort of
your
comment?
face. You can do whatever you want. I do just want you to know what my preference is, so you can
Yeah,
take it into consideration for your choice.
exactly. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
My older daughter cried when she saw I had to shave it for a job I did briefly over 2 weeks ago, and boy, am I paying a mental price.
Yeah, you look like a different person to a kid. It's wild.
Yeah. Wow, Kevin, why do you think Paul Rudd never has a beard? Exactly. He's not using high-end de-aging filters that cost millions of dollars of CGI. No, he's just not. He's just lasering off his facial hair.
There it is.
Um, that's the MCU. That's why MCU movies are failing. Megan from Australia, happy day before my birthday, Justin.
Wow, way to make it all about you, Megan.
Yes, I appreciate it. I like sell it because there is now when you get older, there's no way to subtly be like it's my birthday,
Mm-mm.
and especially now that Facebook has sort of become less of a thing. Shouts to our
Oh
Facebook
yeah,
watchers right now. But now we don't have a constant like here are 9 birthdays you need to pay attention to.
I miss it. My birthday just passed, and
See, I didn't even know.
I know, I know. Thank you so much, Ori,
That's really nice.
for me and
That's
Megan.
this is a surprise party for you, Sarah. Thank you so much for coming.
That's the only reason I showed up. Thank you so much.
Yes, exactly. Well, you knew. You knew.
I did.
Speaking of showing up, this is, of course, Characters Welcome, the absolute home for character comedy on the internet. We have hundreds and thousands of videos on this YouTube channel that we are broadcasting from. But right now, we're going to present you with excuse me, the hottest, freshest characters straight from the tap.
So hot, so fresh.
So hot, so fresh. Did you ever drink water straight from a hose as a child, Sarah?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
Sorry, please go ahead.
No, I was going to say, please, yeah, you had I was
just going to go on a tangent about, I had a very like woodsy childhood. I was drinking out of hoses. I was picking up bullfrogs. That's just a little bit about me. I don't know.
No, I love it. I'm the same way. I was a country child. Often the hose water was the preferred refreshment.
Yeah. And then we moved to the big city.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Where am I picking up bullfrogs? Now I got to pick up like shaved rats.
Now I got to pick up rats, pretend they're bullfrogs.
No, yeah, and they do make the similar noise, but it's just
sounds the same.
More plaguey. You know what I mean? Plaguey. Roy's Delta, hose water was quality stuff. Are you about to ruin it, Justin? I would never ruin hose water. I'm here for hose water.
No. I mean, I think we all know hose water. I don't know. Is it the safest? I guess so. Is it the same as your tap?
Yes, except it can sometimes sit in the hose for perhaps a while. That's why, like, when you turn on the hose, it's like, wow, this hose water is nice and hot. That's when you know you're getting a treat. Throw a tea bag in your mouth, put it in like a bit of chaw. You got yourself some great Earl Grey.
Delicious.
That's how the real English do it. Sound off in the comments. Jose. Yes.
Jose
That's
water.
Jorge talking about Jose, the high-end bottled water that we've now selling here at Characters Welcome.
Oh.
What do you say we get the show started? We've got a great character to kick it up.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Should I introduce it?
Actually,
I'm back.
One last question for you, Sarah. What is behind you? Where are you in this world?
So, if I have to turn this green screen on for my character, I'm gonna mess it up. So I'm just gonna have it on the whole time.
That's a small tease.
But one thing we did discover before you got here is I have a statue above my bed.
Wow, that's haunting.
It's absolutely haunting. So it might, along with the dolls, it might pick it up every once in a while. So don't get scared.
What is a statue but a giant reclaimed doll? You know, something to think about. Ancient cultures, aren't we just reclaiming old pieces of garbage art?
Let's not get into that.
Great call. Great call. See, that's why I miss that Sarah energy, because Eric's always just like, yeah, get into that. And
like, go crazy.
Too much rope. And I like that you're here to just give a little tug and be like, hey, stop smelling that. That's your own pee, Justin. You just peed on that hydrant. Don't smell that.
Yeah, I'm tugging your little kid leash, you know?
Yes, I am a leashed child. When I moved to the city, for the third time, welcome out our first character. Very excited for this. Shouts to our first guest. Please welcome out to the Rectangles, an independent woman. Here we go.
1, 2, 3, go! Rick, it's over. Oh, come on now. We haven't been on solid ground for quite some time now. Well, this is the year of Lisa. Oh, it's beautiful. What? I can't hear you. Oh, Jesus, don't yell! Okay, well, at least I flush. Okay, look. I know you're the instructor, but there are too many nuances in this dynamic for you to understand. Whose job has an hour-long commute? Well, I did that so you could focus on your art. Well, I have needs, Rick. You get immersed in the art? Oh, I got immersed in Harold the Contractor's dick the other day, so how's that for you? Wow. Oh, look. no, I can't. No matter how much I love those hacks. Rick, what are you? Oh my God! Yes! Yes! Oh my God! Yes! God, the sky is really big. Feels like we've been falling for a really long time now. Shit, I think I dropped the ring.
Wow.
Woo! Laura,
performance piece. This is a physical feat happening here.
Thank you.
Dry are your gums right now, Laura?
Yeah, I had to tape it because I was starting to get a little mark. And you missed the take where previously I had a big spit strand that fell into the fan. I have it recorded.
I love that. I was saying in the private chat, my salivary glands are far too overactive to ever do something like this.
Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Shouts to your anti-drool confidence, and also shouts to your dentistry, because those are beautiful teeth. If I may say, we've been seeing them, so we've got to see every single one in pretty good detail.
You got to be pretty confident.
What's that? You're
just some receding gums, but
Don't we all?
Don't we all? Nobody's perfect. Yeah, you don't do that character unless you have relatively nice teeth.
Now, Laura, let me ask you, can you talk about the genesis of this? Was it mouth first and then the rest? Or were you like, what's a fun place to be proposed?
Yeah, I typically just get obsessed with one particular prop. And build around. Yeah, it was mouth first, as Jorge is saying.
Mouth first. Great way to get in.
What game is that from? I forget what it's called. The tooth thing? Isn't that from a game?
No.
Or is that like a medical tool?
It's a medical tool.
Real quick follow-up, Sarah. What game?
There's a game. No. There's a game, a real game.
Oh, Sarah, are you thinking of Operation? For some reason, do they have something for the teeth?
Are you thinking of a game that, in a Saw movie, that a puppet is making you play for your life or some sort?
I am finding this game, and everybody's gonna feel real silly.
I love it. I'm sure Jorge's on it. I don't think he's achieving it quite yet.
There it is.
Oh my God, Jorge, you won that so quickly.
Wow.
You have to talk.
Shouts to you for knowing what this is. Second off, this is disgusting. You get 10 mouthpieces with a game? What do you throw them in the dishwasher after every round? Disgusting. How do you play this game more than once?
Because I felt like I couldn't write certain words in the script because there are certain consonants are obviously really hard to say.
Right?
Of course. You can't get your plosives. Your plosives are going to be in trouble.
That's a fun challenge. I love that.
Znogyro P says, I'm on Sarah's side here. I remember this game. Where did you play this, Sarah? I
didn't play it. I think I saw it on a cheesy talk show.
There you go.
Yeah, they would.
It was Ellen, but she's canceled. I don't really want to bring it up,
Did Drew Barrymore? Is that what you just said? You think Drew's out there playing mouth games?
No, I said Ellen, but
Ellen. Well, great. They were both vaguely canceled for a bit.
Oh, right. Drew violated SAG, right? Never mind. I take back everything I said.
It was probably
WGA, but yes, she definitely made some enemies at that time. But we're not here to slag off Drew Barrymore. We're here to talk about Laura. Laura, what have you been up to besides great dentistry, great tooth care?
It's a solid question what you're asking. Did I come prepared to answer it? What have I been doing?
Or it's something you plug, you have a show coming up, or you working on
worse, Justin. That's a worse question.
No, it's okay. It's all coming back to me. I shot a couple short films, and what am I doing this? I don't know. I'm going to do I'm going to do a show. Oh, I'm going to do Character Annex on December 12th.
Cool.
Great.
Yes. And that's at the Pit. I hope I got the date right. And
That's a fun show.
yeah, just like making stuff and writing stuff. But yeah, I'm excited for that one because you get 5 whole minutes, which is just luxurious.
That's the character sweet spot.
Jack.
4+. 4+ hold for laughs.
Wow, drinking wine, Justin.
I'm a fancy boy.
That's
Laura,
classy.
one more question. I'm very classy. Okay, well, Eric, I can drink canned beer like a scumbag, but when Sarah's in town, I'm
Yeah.
gonna drink some fancy wine. Laura, one more question. Have you been skydiving in your life?
No, but I'm doing the artist's way right now, and I'm telling everyone that I'm doing it, which is, I think, like the first rule of Fight Club sort of thing. You're not supposed to do that.
Oh, I was gonna say, I feel like everyone who does it is sort of talking about the thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing the artist's way.
Yeah, it's
And
just sort of on the fly.
they like had you list like things you'd like to do in like different categories, like things that you're interested in but are like afraid to do. Obviously, skydiving was on there. Julia didn't say I had to do it, so that's kind of a relief.
So you don't officially have to do it. I bet you're not supposed to encourage your students to do a potentially life-endangering activity as a way of doing it. Great. Sarah, have you been skydiving?
I have never been skydiving, but I famously love rides where you feel like you're falling to your death. So I think I'd really enjoy it.
Oh, see, that's great. I have been skydiving, but I don't like roller coasters. So
I also don't like roller coasters. It's more of a free fall situation.
You like just free fall situation?
Yeah, I like bungee or like, the one that brings you up and drops you really fast and then catches you right at the end.
Oh, wow. I think skydiving is definitely what you need to be working on. That's just the next natural step.
I just had like a visualization, Sarah, as like you as a baby, like somebody's classes.
That's where it all started.
That's the free fall of being of the artist's way, to bring it all back home. Laura, thank you for being here. Come back soon. And I look forward to seeing what next prop takes you on a journey. It takes all on.
Thank you both. Always good to see you all.
Bye.
You bet. Leda, beautiful Pixar background she has.
Beautiful. I know my camera quality. I'm humiliated. Humiliated.
No, it's good.
I'm actually also currently doing the artist's way. In fact, I am. And I'm actually doing it. I'm going to plug my friend's thing. Creative Guidance with Rye, RYE, is an Instagram that belongs to my friend Rye. And they're doing a program where you're just doing a weekly check-in, and it really is helping me like actually complete the program. Because I famously, will quit those things pretty quickly.
Yeah,
so.
We used to have a weekly check-in Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard. And but this is our artist's way, the character's way. So wait, you're doing the same? Is it the same thing as Laura then, or it's just like a similar philosophy?
It's the same program. It's the same. It's the same. The artist's way is the book. But yeah, this is so we have kind of like a guide, someone to guide you through it, approach it from like a critical lens, because the author is famously like a very privileged straight white lady. So
nice. So you find out great. I remember when that was first a thing. I don't know the author's name, but that was definitely something I feel like a lot of comedy people went through years ago.
I think so, yeah, and continue to go through to this day.
Wow. To this day, the artist's way.
To this day, the artist's way.
Great. Jorge's dropped it into the a free plug for Creative Guidance with Rye.
Oh, amazing. Thanks, Jorge. Listen, it's good stuff. I'm gonna like to share. Oh, can I plug something else? Have you seen Matt Rogers' Christmas special or Christmas album?
Yeah.
I listened to that all day. I was screaming. It's so funny.
Oh, it's so good. Matt Rogers, who great character, did the Characters Welcome team back in the day. Los Culturistas has since blown up, and like did this as just a show
years ago.
And then it was seen a tape special for Showtime, and then just released Have You Heard of Christmas, which is very fun and beautiful pipes.
That's the thing, is they're all funny, but every song's also a bop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got that holiday bop.
Yeah. Anything else to plug, Justin? Anything?
No, I like the early plug. You're on sort of the early plugs. I like it. You know what we should actually plug outside of all this stuff? We're dropping links like mad. We have a show, a live show in New York City. Characters Welcome live. All 4 hosts will be there. Me, Sarah, Eric, Mr. Michael Hartney. If you remember that guy, we will all be at Friends and Lovers in Brooklyn, Crown Heights, Friday at 7:30. We have a ton of performers coming. Everyone's doing short pieces. It's a character bits show. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be very dumb. And that's the kind of time when we can really laugh our way through it. Are you excited about that show?
I'm extremely excited about that show.
Yeah.
Do I know what
me
I'm
too.
doing yet? No.
Yes. Well, that's the thing is I just figured out what I'm doing, but I have yet to write it.
Do you want to cold pitch it?
No, I can't, because if I cold pitch it, it is literally the whole thing. And that's the beauty of it. It's like literally the biggest laugh for a lot of these characters will be the announcement of their character and then 1 or 2 of the jokes. And that's fine. It's sort of our end of year holiday party last year. You guys did a show, Eric and Graham threw it, I believe. And you did a piece, and it was a blast. So I'm very excited that we're doing it. It's actually Friends and Lovers right down the street from my house. So I'm going to be right up close.
So party at your place after?
Yes, that's 100% what everyone in my family wants. Speaking of it, what do you say we move on to our next character?
I guess. You know what I've been thinking about a lot, Justin?
Yes.
The Bible.
Oh, you're into the Bible. Great. Great stuff. Well, I mean, we're coming up on the holidays. Yep, there's our angel. Do you remember that from back in the day? That still haunts us, still hovering over us with its many-eyed eyes watching us. But yeah, with Christmas, you really get back to that old myth of baby Jesus in the manger.
Listen, a bunch of sheep.
A bunch of sheep?
I don't know that I can talk about the Bible very well, but there's someone else that I think might be able to talk about it pretty well.
Oh, nice.
If we welcome out this next character, perhaps.
I love it.
Folks,
great idea.
Please welcome to the Rectangles, Joseph of Nazareth.
Hi, me again. Yes, just checking to see if any rooms open up here. I was in here earlier with the very pregnant woman, like super pregnant, sort of angry pregnant. It's getting worse out there because you put us in the manger. We're just out at which is an animal place, and that's where you want us to sleep. We wanted a room at the inn, not at the out, because we're stuck outside. Yeah, I'm on the wait list. It's under Joseph of Nazareth. Let me ask you, what do you think about these people getting last names? seems fun, right? Like, I don't know where you're from, but there are like 9 Josephs in Nazareth. So it's like a nightmare for dinner reservations. Anyway, I was thinking of going with Christ for a last name. I just made it up. I'm a carpenter, so when people see how nice their house looks, they'll be like, Joseph H. Christ? That's a nice house. Because the H is for house. Anyway, I'm just talking, chit-chatting away when I got a baby about to pop out here in the Hoosgow. They say having a baby changes your life, but how big a deal could having a kid be? Or this kid, Honestly, we'd sleep in a bathroom if you had one. Anyone? Any available outhouse? Nothing? Okay. Well, this is a real carbuncle, isn't it? Well, if we're going to be stuck in that manger, I just got a couple of quick questions for you. No big deal. What's up with the drummer boy out there? Because does he work here? Because he's just like always freaking drumming, just like pum, him and his drum. It's driving me nuts. Screaming wife, drummer drumming, 8 maids of milking, 5 golden rings. It's a lot happening out there. The gold rings are nice, but it's just too much. You know what I mean? And anything you can do about the starlight, because it's just like crazy bright, shining right over us. It's the Eye of Sauron, which is real. But I can't sleep, and it's a hard time with all this kid stuff. let me ask you this: do you have a second manger where the animals aren't actively pooping? Because this one, I don't believe in germs, but I just gotta think delivering a child into donkey shit is not what you want. And now that I'm getting into this, how do babies work? Because out of nowhere, my wife was like, "Hey, we made a baby, but we've only gotten to second base." So I want to be like, "Hey, Mayor, am I the dad, or what's the deal?" Because this feels like a lot on my shoulders, and only one of them's covered here. Is it cool if 3 of my buddies crash in the manger? It's not a party. It's not a party. It's just 3 of my wisest bros coming through. We'll probably smoke some frankincense if you're into it. Come by. What do you think of the name Jesus? Like Jesus H. Christ, that's a cute baby. Pretty good, right? And while I'm talking about it, total non sequitur. If God has sex with your wife, can you be mad? Because I'm a little mad, And honestly, I think if God was real, he'd reserve a room at you're in, rather than because he's got a kid coming, and now the kid's in the with the animals. Anyway, I was thinking of starting a religion. For tax reasons, obviously, but which sounds better, Christianity, Christ, or Scientology, science? What's it going to be about? I don't know. I'm just going to make some stuff up as it goes. But I should probably get back to the old donkey place. Who knows what new nonsense is happening out there? But there's probably 50 fucking angels hovering overhead just trying to get involved in my business. But I'll tell you what, I wish the service here had been better. I will say that because a bunch of my friends are working on a book and they're going to remember this. This will be mentioned. I will tell you that. I mean, come on, for Christ's sakes, it's Christmas.
Woo! Justin Tyler. That's a great one.
That's a fun one. I do like doing that one. It's just kicking in the Christmas season.
And I love that Joseph of Nazareth has AirPods. That I think made me great with the post.
Yeah. He's got business. Yeah, you've seen construction work here. He's a carpenter. Like he's taking calls.
He's listening to podcasts.
Yeah, he's got a podcast. Yeah, a hardcore history is what he's listening to. The couple comments. Zecor Zeppelin. Here come the list. Yeah, there's a list in there. But I'll tell you what. It's just yes, Godcast. Jorge.
Oh.
I love it. When Jorge has a real banger joke, he puts it as a crawl because he wants us to really see it a couple times. And shouts to that. I appreciate it. If I had the power to crawl a joke all the time, I would do it. That's the future. Yes, there were some lists in there because that's just a faster way to say jokes. And Stevie says, I love this character because as a Jew, you're actively teaching me things about the nativity. Well, there you go. I had to Google some of that stuff because I don't know much about all that.
Yeah, were you brought up with religion? I forgot.
We were we briefly went to a Methodist church, and we were the youngest family there by about 30 years.
Ooh, I feel like that's barely religious.
No, and we would go to Sunday school, and I never, and I'm not saying this as a positive or negative. I never was like, I love this. I was just like, this all sounds, I don't know. I'm not really buying into this. And then my parents eventually were like, all they have us do is working. My dad had to build a pew for them. We were doing they had a big sign out front that said, "Where's the beef?" Here, August 2nd for our beef cookout or whatever. And we had to do all this. So
cookout sounds great.
Yeah. Yes. It's never worth it, but I keep doing it. This is my mantra about all things. This is my artist way that I said a couple of weeks back, and we're really sticking to it.
Oh my God.
Did you grow up religious in the country?
I grew up religionless, but I do remember there was a period where I went to youth group, sort of like a spy. They didn't know I wasn't religious. There was dodgeball, there was snacks. I brought my Jewish boyfriend sometimes. It was chill. There was one day where they made us watch the scene from the Passion of the Christ, like one of the torture scenes, as I recall. And they set it to Sarah McLachlan's Arm of the Angels, and a lot of people cried. And then I said,
wow.
I don't know about youth group.
Wow, you were like, misuse of Sarah's banger track. I'm out. I like that you were you were like, where's the party at? It's here. I'm gonna go here and see what happens.
Yeah, games and snacks I'm in. But then when the, young youth pastor with the even younger wife and the baby that like never gets any older.
Yeah, they keep
starts
swapping
talking
that baby.
about- yeah, he starts saying, if you ever want to learn about Christ, let me know. That's where I'm like,
Yeah. You're like,
I-
I'm sorry, I'm playing this weird game where we put dental things in our mouths, sir. I'm here for this game, not to hear about your Jesus stuff.
Incredible.
Laura in the comments, a recent guest on the show, The Passion of the Christ was a 2-part VHS situation. Never forget.
Where was the break?
Oh, great question. I don't know. I've never watched that movie. That movie seems like straight up hell.
It sounds horrible.
Yeah. Even especially if you're religious, you just watch Jesus, your savior, get his ass kicked for actually hours for 2 VHS tapes
for no good reason. And
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like maybe it's a good book, but I don't know if it needed a movie adaptation.
Wow. You talking about the Bible?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Whichever
never really
it was.
Not a real page turner for me. The pages are very thin. Very thin. They're like rolling papers.
Yeah. Anyway, what's your toga made of?
Anyway, shouts. Oh, it's a sheet. It's just a sheet. It's a little thick. It's a little thick. But I will say, I modeled this on a tiny little, what are they called? Creche? What's the other thing? Nativity scene. I looked at it and I was like, oh, he's wearing just a little toga. So.
Oh, you did some research.
I did a very light amount of research. I said to my daughter, and I was like, hey, I'm going to do that tonight. And she was like, you're going to be that guy? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, what about this guy? And I was like, I don't know who that is. Maybe a wise man?
Oh, wow. Wait, so this was your daughter?
Yeah.
Wow, your daughter said you were miscast.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, you should be. You want to be a star? I don't think so.
Yeah, you're getting pigeonholed as guys.
Yeah. You're a donkey or a mule. That's it. Okay. Future casting. Very fun. Speaking of that, what do you say we move on?
Yeah, I suppose we could.
Bring out a character that I also am, and I'm curious to see if this applies to me. Please welcome out to the rectangles, a local girl dad.
Schönes Mädchen, komm doch noch rüber. Schönes Mädchen, lass mich nie wieder. Komm schon, schönes Mädchen, komm doch mal her.
I'm notable comedian Violence Sheffield. I'm known for my famous routine where I punch a bag of fruit and say, "Society, am I right?" But I'm not here as a groundbreaking comedian, though. I'm here as a local girl dad. Ever since people who look like me became women, I've become aware of misogyny. My daughters, Beth, Kill, Mame, and Beth, they're all amazing young women, but they seem to have more obstacles than boys do, even though they're Nepo babies. I'll give you an example. My oldest daughter, Kill, if she wanted to be in the new National Lampoon's movie, streaming exclusively on the version of Hulu that has slightly less ads, she would have to show her nipple area. Meanwhile, Travis Kelce's nephew Dor, all he has to do is eat a pie Bradley Whitford pretended to masturbate into. There wasn't even real cum in the pie. It's such a double standard, and it makes me so mad about society! I'm sorry. I'll refrain from doing my routine. This is serious business. Being a girl dad is amazing. Soccer, ribbons, the movie Practical Magic. It's great. But to realize for the first time that women face systemic injustice, even though I have a wife and sisters and such. I don't know. It just Mondo sucks. Now, I don't see what a wildly influential entertainment figure like myself could possibly do to change our sexist society. I'm just as powerless as any other girl dad. So, on behalf of girl dads everywhere, I'd like to call on the woke mob, which my white agents and my white managers tell me is very real and very powerful. I'd like to call on the woke mob to do a cancel culture on misogyny. I know the woke mob has their hands full with everyone who's been super weird about Palestine and whoever the fuck Matt Rife is. But I think we can do the big cancel culture on misogyny. Like R. Kelly level canceled. Let's put misogyny in jail. I think if we put our mind to it, we can change society!
Conor Ozer, everybody!
Conor Ozer.
Wow, no real fruit was hurt in that character.
No real fruit. It's
fine. Your budgets have gone up, Conor. Your character budgets.
Yeah.
All that fruit.
I did have a character I stopped doing because it did require me to bite into a lot of fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
Just wasteful.
Ziegler Zeppelin says, yeah, who is Matt Rife? I love the Matt Rife takedown. You want to explain who Matt Rife is for those who don't quite know?
Here's the thing. I don't either.
Great.
Yeah, people started talking about him a few weeks ago. And I'm like, who is this?
Who is that?
Matt Rife, comic, became famous on TikTok for like sort of roasting and crowd work. TikTok, Instagram, maybe, and then got a special, and everyone has just been destroying that special.
Right, because it's bad. Right.
Yeah.
So really catching a lot of heat is Matt Rife, who has made his entire career off of just some fun clips.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
And my favorite thing, well, no, I'm not gonna say this.
Wow! Look, see, you're pulling back the leash.
Sorry, I'm censoring myself.
You know when to stop. That's such an important thing that we do not have week in and week out.
And that's how I will not end up canceled.
Beautiful.
Smart.
But fuck Matt Rife.
Great. Okay. I like the way you snuck it in. Whatever you're going to say was going to be an indictment, and I love it.
Oh man. So wait, I need to talk about the most important reference, which is have your daughters ever seen Practical Magic, Justin?
Great question. No, that's a sort of a slightly older
so yeah,
witch movie. But Hocus Pocus, however,
okay.
very popular in the household, and I do think they were maybe a little young to see Hocus Pocus when we showed it to them, but they loved it, and we watched Hocus Pocus too.
Oh yeah, Hocus Pocus too.
Oh yeah.
Slapped.
Yeah, definitely. They followed up.
Yeah, they did. Amazing.
Like some crazy, like 20 years later, 25, they came through.
I don't know.
Just like a moment of silence. We're looking at this, we're giving major props.
I'm just here to compliment people, to plug stuff like Hocus Pocus 2.
Hocus Pocus 2.
Conor, what else is going on besides comedy, my friend?
Besides comedy?
Anything happening?
What?
Anything happening?
No.
See, Justin, it's the worst.
Yes. No, that's what
question.
we do. We ask this to literally everyone. Anyone who's seen the show once and it comes on knows we're going to be like, so what's been going on? What are you working on? What are you?
I know, but you said the same thing when you came on. We did the same thing. You went, what have you been up to? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just getting through the holidays, we just got to make it through.
I guess
Yeah,
I'm
we
going to be
just-
doing a show on the 20th. I have no details. I got asked to do it today.
Whoa, December
Nice.
20th?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Okay, give us some details. Is it like a private sex show or like a character thing?
Not yet. Opie O'Brien just asked me to do a sketch show. I don't know if I'm gonna be in it or not. I know I'm gonna at least write some sketches.
Nice.
Nice. Look, when you perform live on stage, do you have your window behind you?
I
well?
make sure there's a window somewhere.
You bring the
That's-
window with you because, like, honestly, I've only ever seen you do your characters literally right here, and I love it.
It would be so funny if this was a green screen and like this is what you chose.
I actually
Yeah.
live in a mansion.
I knew it. You're Mr. New York City, as I always say. Your characters are always within the 5 boroughs.
Yeah, it's within the 5 boroughs. Everyone.
Do you have any end of year plans going into the new year, Conor?
Yeah.
Are you a resolution person? What are your year end activities?
My birthday is at the end of the year.
Oh,
That's why he tells us. See, Sarah, he tells us when his birthday is.
confetti. Whoa, money.
Money,
And that's what we're
confetti.
gonna get you is money. We're gonna get you some money.
Please give me money.
Please give me money.
Yeah, I might. Zach Young might plan a D&D thing for my birthday. I've never played D&D, but he offered to do like a D&D custom DMD thing for my birthday. So I was like, I think I'll take that up.
Okay, Conor,
That's cool.
love D&D. Nerds.
Yeah.
Whoa, Jorge. Well, you can tell Jorge was a little shy about that one because he only put it up there for 1 second.
Yeah.
Just a little nerd.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Laura in the comments says that Conor is known for publicly hating money, though.
I do hate money. That's why I need it.
Tell me more about that. Why do you hate money, and why do you?
I hate that you have to use it for living.
Yeah.
I hate that part.
Yeah.
I would
that's right.
so I need it.
Yeah.
I do love someone that swears to remove money from the infrastructure of the world, but it's like, just send it all to me, and then I'll get rid of it for you.
I'll get rid of it. No, absolutely. I promise.
You're in good company, though, as Jorge says in the private chat, because Eric, the former host of this show, hates credit.
Well, he also thinks he can just not pay debts and be fine.
Yeah, he hates credit because he has bad credit. I have bad credit too. Listen, we're getting through it.
But Eric is very much like, they'll kill me first, right?
Yeah, Eric is trying to race out the clock with the banks, which is a famously bad idea. I'll just die first. And I'm like, well, they'll kill you. Yes, they might come for you, sir.
Yeah.
But he's actually currently, that's why he's not here, is he's swimming actually in Sarah's backdrop. He's in that very shallow. There it is.
There he is. In a bath.
It is funny. It does look like he is exactly over your shoulder. In that shallow water. Beautiful. And Jorge, talk about quick on the draw. That's amazing. So,
That was
good.
Jorge, you're really impressing me. I forgot how good you are.
yeah, man. If Jorge didn't hate money, we'd pay him more. You know what I'm talking about?
You really would.
But he hates it. Oh, sorry, Sarah, you haven't been in a while. When Jorge gets mad, everything goes red.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Do we have any colors for the other feelings?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. There's piss mode.
Yeah, that's for when he's horny.
I forgot about piss mode.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen this. What is this about?
Barbie mode?
I love this. This is like Valentine's Day or Barbie movie tie-in.
Gorge.
And this was when the smog was we had smog. We had a filter over us.
Yeah.
And we would clear it away.
Oh,
Honestly, Jorge's a genius. He's amazing. And real quick, Jorge, flash the Halloween graphic you made. I want to see it as often as possible.
Sarah
Whoa.
Smallwood and Steak Parsons is so good.
I know, it's so good. Breathtaking. He's a genius.
Incredible.
Speaking of geniuses, Connor, anything else you want to plug before we send you home? Send you by home, I mean just in a slightly different part, further away from your window.
Yes, when I'm gonna retreat into the place where I eat food. No, I guess look at my Instagram and stuff. I've made some videos independently. I think there's some really cool, good ones. Last big one I made was called Iconique, the Live Laugh Come Tour. I really like that video.
There it is. I love a very focused plug. A plug that says, I want you to get this very particular thing.
Check out this video. It stars me, Kelly Quinn, Lizzie Fury, Joseph Lebos for 1 second. It's fun. I made it in February, I guess.
Wow, great. Coming up on the birthday. Celebrating the birthday of that video. Fantastic, Connor. Always a pleasure to have you. We'll see you again very soon, I'm sure.
Bye, Connor.
Bye.
Later. What a doll.
What a doll. What a gem.
What a gem in the window.
What an icon.
What an icon. All that talk about money reminded me that we haven't done our usual conversation. Sarah, this may have changed since last time you were here. Obviously, it costs us money to pay Jorge to make all those graphics that he does on his own of his own free will. But we have to pay him, and to do that, you can hit us up at our business Venmo, which is at Characters Welcome. Whatever you send us, anything you put in the comments, we will read aloud on the show. It's a great platform. What a great megaphone for you to shout out your random idea. And in the name of that, every week, Robin Richmond, great fan and friend of the show, sends us a little bit of cash and a little words to the wise in a segment we call Jeer Gyry.
Jeer Gyry.
There it is. And that's Robin Richmond making a bird noise, something that she does on the reg. Here it is. Jeer Gyry, about to try a McRib for the first time. Wish me luck.
Wow.
And I will say that was 3 days ago, and I have not heard anything back. So that is a cause for slight concern. Because a McRib is strange. I would just say it's strange.
Right.
Anybody? Are you a McRib fan, Sarah?
I've never had a McRib. I'm a chicken nugget kind of person, if I'm being honest.
You're a chicken nugget. Yeah. And please be honest when it comes to your reconstituted meats.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like my meat ground up from all different parts of the chicken body and then squirted out and formed into a little nugget shape. That's how I
With
like
that in mind, you might love a riblet. It's the same process, but with a pig, I believe.
Ugh, I gotta become a vegetarian. This is horrific.
Look,
That's horrific.
Just the concept of that has pushed you toward. Zcor Zeppelin says, "I had a McRib, one and done."
One and done.
And Kevin says, "How about riblets?" Kevin, of course, knows a secret about me. I recently, right before Thanksgiving, at a slightly inconvenient time on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, recorded a radio ad for Applebee's, where my titular is the wrong word, but my iconic line, I guess, was, "And riblets?" So if you hear that voice screaming out of your radio sometime in the next several months, it's your boy JT Sizzle on the mic.
I personally can't wait. I'll stay up all night.
I think I'm going to sell a lot of riblets. Which
yeah, I think so too.
It's a lot like a McRib, I believe,
but smaller and cuter.
Smaller and cuter. Yeah, a riblet, if you don't know, it's like a rib except it's made from Piglet from Winnie the Pooh. It's Piglet's rib. And yeah, I know it's like fucked up.
You know what though? Piglet's a fucked up looking pig. I don't want to eat that rib.
There's only like 6 of them. So like, if you could get your hands on one of those, it's precious. It's like a Willy Wonka style golden ticket. And riblets. All right, let's jump into our next character. So excited for this. It's the media's time to shine. The end of the year, the holidays. It's when you want to hear just reporters telling us all about what's going on in the world. So please welcome out to the rectangles, a reporter.
Schon schönes Mädchen, komm doch mal rüber. Schönes Mädchen, lass.
Thank you, Anna. I come to you live from the scene of a desert island plane crash, of which I, your trusted correspondent, Diane Rank, am a survivor. It was 3 months ago that I boarded a plane to a news conference along with 11 members of a women's pro field hockey team. And to be honest, it's been the best 3 months of my life. Now, 14 people survived the initial impact, including 9 women, 3 non-binaries, and 2 male pilots who within minutes killed each other over power. The rest of us quickly got to work. Our first thought was shelter. We all removed our ironic tees and fashioned them into a tarp that you can see here. Then we huddled underneath it, topless that evening, to avoid the falling rain. It wasn't my worst Thursday. Except of course that I was desperately missing my beloved husband and your beloved weatherman, Kurt Rank, whose weak embrace I cannot wait to feel again. Now, once shelter was procured, we moved on to finding food and fresh water. Luckily, team captain Taryn was able to fashion her novelty cunt earrings into a fishhook, and the island was not short on delicious coconuts. There were coconuts of all shapes and sizes, from a tennis ball all the way to a double D. And after parting some thick banana leaves, I discovered a supple reservoir of rainwater hidden underneath a huge bush that would last us for weeks. I also learned how to eat someone out. Now, predators were of course a concern, so we slept here in shifts, our chests rising and falling with the breeze, our nipples hard as rocks. But as you can see from this scar here on my cheek, it wasn't always effective. We endured a terrifying attack by cougars, and not the good kind. I would like to personally thank Beth, the goalie, for pulling that cougar off of me and putting it in a chokehold with her thighs until it passed out. It was frankly the hottest thing I've ever seen. Except, of course, seeing my husband, Kurt, break a board at his karate class, earning his yellow belt. That was really something. Tragedy struck again a month later when field hockey sweeper Lisa and I were searching for firewood on that cliff's edge. 1 second I was atop the cliff, but before I knew it, I was a bottom. I fell 40 feet into the crashing waves below and thought I drowned until 2 butch midfielders, Susan and Ronnie, pulled me to shore and gave me mouth to mouth with tongue. The 2 of them then straddled me to prevent hypothermia from setting in. We celebrated my survival that night by staging a theatrical production of Carol, in which I played Cate Blanchett's cigarette. While Rooney Mara's character was played by a field hockey stick, we drew a face on and named Wilma. Finally, we had all but lost hope when we heard the helicopter overhead. Luckily, we were already on the beach, tribbing each other in a shape that sort of resembled the word help, leading to our rescue. Sorry, excuse me, anchors. I'm being waved over by Beth with what I assume is a very important update on the story. Just a moment. Stop. I'm working. Stop. Sorry. Anyway, I've just gotten word that all of the survivors are refusing to board the rescue helicopter and leave what they're calling a queer utopia. I'm Diane Rank, and you will never see me again.
Sarah Smallwood Parsons coming at us from a beautiful castaway situation.
You know, I Googled plane crash on a beach to find this, and it was surprisingly depressing.
Yes, that is a strange... The fact that that's been up this whole time and we haven't talked about it more.
We haven't talked about it once.
Yeah. It is a strange plane crash. The plane sort of split in half. It looks like.
I guess it was a bad one. What's funny is if I'm here, it's sort of like, oh, I'm on a beautiful tropical island. Then you're like, hold on.
Hold on, there was death here. Stevie in the comments says, "This is woman with a tit out too."
Oh, thanks, Stevie. I know exactly what you mean by that.
A sequel to the popular YouTube video on our channel. Very fun. Also, Zikor Zeppelin, the Yellow Jackets. This feels like straight out of the Showtime series Yellow Jackets.
You know, I've actually never seen it, so I should probably watch it.
I enjoy that show. That's a fun show. It's horrifying also, but it's a good show.
Okay, cool.
It's less like a erotic utopia.
It's less gay. Okay.
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's less. There's less all sex. Yeah.
Oh, it's gay but bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are the words. Hilarious.
Fun stuff.
Oh wow, Conor Ozer in the comments. Breaking news: Henry Kissinger just died. Credit to Sarah for the proper send off. Wow. That is crazy. First off, that happened. Second off, that Conor was like, we got to talk about this on Characters Welcome. The Kissinger head.
I had to Google who Henry Kissinger was.
Yeah. Famous American villain, I guess you could say, for a long time. And man, did that guy live a long time. How old was he? Anyone who's
real
that?
old.
100. He was a straight up 100. How many people?
100?
How many people who are also famous live to be 100? Man, fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that.
That's crazy. And as another person in the private chat says, but the damage he's done will last centuries. That is correct.
That is true.
Not to get into politics, but wild. What a wild place. It's crazy to think that we were here on this lesbian island when we found out that Henry Kissinger died. Fitting.
Am I going to get canceled for not knowing who Henry Kissinger is?
Ironically, yes. That's what you're going to be canceled for. He died and he took you out with him.
Took me out with him.
His
spinal
When will he stop?
How's my cut look?
It's good. Did you just throw that on?
Yeah, it's literally just a lip pencil. Wow.
It's very nice.
Thank you.
Wow. Someone named SG in the comments, Spencer Griffin, I assume, with a cool new initials, says, our producer, with that fresh haircut, Justin, you look like you have another 100 years to go. Ah, lovely. So. And then in all caps with exclamation points, hi, Sarah. Look, he misses.
Hi.
Oh, dude, what are you hitting a high note to say hello?
You look a lot younger, Justin, but I do just want to say, younger isn't better, you know?
That's what I'm saying.
You look great, but you know, when someone's like, I got carded at the hardware store yesterday for buying spray paint. They said they thought I was in high school. I said, kiss me.
I love that. That's such a great. I got carded at the hardware store.
I got carded at the hardware store. Yeah.
That's the opening line of another character. Let me ask you, have you been writing characters on the reg? You haven't done a ton of this, obviously, but are you still? I know your workshops continue, which everyone should check out.
Workshops continue. I teach, and I love to teach. But yeah, as far as writing characters themselves, I've got a couple that I'm working on, but they're delicate, and I want to save them for when they're right. You know.
That's nice.
You know,
that's very nice. I love it. But you will be performing in the show on Friday. The show that we're performing
will be, yes.
Famously so. Very excited to have we haven't been at full force strength. Oh, I guess we were at our last show, but it's we haven't been doing a bit show. We're all going to be on stage 800.
I'm really excited. There's going to be like so much of the community there. I'm really excited.
Yes, it's a holiday party, is what it is when you get down to it. But speaking of moving on into this great end of year celebration, let's bring out our final character of the night. That's the thing, is like after we see this next character, no more laughing. The fun's over. No more comedy. Comedy's over for the night. we're putting it to bed, and it might wake up tomorrow, but it might also just fast forward all the way till Friday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern when we do our live show at Friends and Lovers here in Brooklyn.
Probably, yeah.
Probably. So let's welcome out this next character, someone who, as we've established, are country bona fides earlier on in the show. Of course, we know this person.
Absolutely. I'm obsessed with this person. Please welcome to the Rectangles, a worried farmer. Woo!
Here, chicky, chicky, chicky. Here, chicky, chicky. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I'm just looking for my chickens. Have you seen them? They're, about this big, and they cluck. They're chickens. Have you seen them? Well, okay. If you've seen them, can you let me know? I really need to find these chickens. See, I'm hosting a dinner party tonight, and I'm really worried that my guests aren't going to have a good time, and I need to make sure they're fed, and that's why I need to find these chickens, is because they always help. They help serve food and entertain the guests. Chicky. Oh, gosh. Are you sure you haven't seen them? I thought I saw them skitter over here. They're so cute. Oh, gosh. Oh, they're like brown and... Oh, hold on one second. Have you seen them? Like this? It's Stuart, Kevin, and Bob. That's their names. They're really cute. Here. Okay. Oh, gosh. It's tough. My last dinner party was such a smash hit success. You wouldn't believe it. The mayor dropped by. And if not for my chickens, we wouldn't have been able to serve the guy. And I gotta tell you, you don't want a grumpy mayor at your table, uninvited or not. He runs the show. He calls the shots. Oh, gosh. Look, my chickens, they know the deal. They love their freedom. But they know that I'm supposed to have a good party, and then they get some extra seat and a free trip to the movies. Gosh, I really hope this party goes well. The chickens really wanted to see Anatomy of a Fall. Maybe they're at the movies. Do you think? No, they wouldn't go without me. Here, chicky. Gosh, where could they be? Okay, I gotta get home and start cooking if I want this food to come out on time. And gosh, I don't know how I'm gonna do it by myself. Maybe I'll grow some wings or some extra arms. Maybe that'll help. Oh gosh, could you imagine? I don't think I would really want that. Me? A chicken? Or a guy with 5 arms? No, that's too scary. I don't really want that. I'm just losing my mind. I need to find these chickens. I hope they come home to roost. Well, if you see these chickens, please let me know. Oh, this dinner party's going to be a disaster without them. I know it.
Wow.
Scalamika, everybody!
Scalamika giving us a truly worried farmer. Like, I felt it. I love the chickens really chasing Anatomy of a Fall.
Yeah. I mean, they love a good indie movie. Who doesn't?
Like a taut mystery. They love.
Yeah, it's less about who did it and more about the hysteria, and I think that's what chickens respond to.
Honestly, that's a great answer. I actually buy that about chickens are just into the hysteria.
Have y'all spent a lot of time on farms? Have we been on farms?
Kinda. I grew up in rural Western Massachusetts, and my summer job in high school was picking corn. So yeah, a little bit.
Oh, that's a country job.
Yeah.
Wait, by hand? You were picking the corn?
Yeah, we would go out every morning and we would go down the rows of corn and pick the ears off the stalks.
No, I thought they had a machine for that.
Well, they do for some. I don't know. It's different. I was on like a relatively small farm. Like it wasn't like a big like commercial farm.
Oh.
I think towards the end of when I was in high school, they got like a machine picker, but I don't know how often they use it.
Yeah. Why need a machine when you have the boys of the neighborhood? To
Exactly.
Go there and pick,
Get those
what did
teams.
you pick in a morning?
Children of the corn, if you will.
Exactly.
Literally, everyone in the town would get jobs on farms and become children of the corn every summer.
How many ears are you picking in a morning? You said before school you're doing this.
No. I did it in the summertime. So it was the 4 summers of high school I did it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
You didn't have any senioritis that last summer? You weren't like
Sorry?
You didn't have any senioritis? You weren't blowing it off a little bit?
I mean, I definitely did, but you gotta finish what you started.
That's good. That's a country lesson right there.
Yeah, didn't finish high school, but I finished that corn.
No, I gotta rotate.
Education for chumps. I got all I need right here.
Learned all I need from the land.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Justin, go ahead.
No, you.
I was just gonna ask Justin, what was your most notable summer job?
I was a Burger King drive-through employee for. It was the sort of my first podcast in a lot of ways, where I would talk on the mic. It was a real stage for a young budding performer to do bits with strangers and psychopaths. A man once signed a baseball, handed to me, and said, "This is Otis Spunkenmeyer, who makes the cookies they serve at Burger King. This is his baseball." And I was like, "This is a weird lie to tell, sir."
Yeah.
And I still have that baseball. That's my field of dreams, right there for you, Scott.
Wow, thank you so much. I have a.
What about you, Sarah? Oh
no, but Scott, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I have a Mariano Rivera signed baseball from something I worked on.
There
See,
it is.
That's a real baseball player.
I had a Cal Ripken Jr. baseball, but I gave it to my brother. Yeah.
Look at us, real baseball heads.
Listen, I know, and Eric's not even here. Wild.
I know he actually likes baseball. Sarah, what was your summer job when you were in high school?
I was a roller coaster operator.
Whoa.
But you've courted the idea of loving roller coasters in like 3 different ways on this show tonight, and now you're saying you operated the roller coaster, but you somehow hate them.
I don't like the roller coasters so much, but pressing a big red button, that I can do.
You're a mystery. Every time I'm shocked by what I learned from you. What roller coaster? What was the name of it?
It was at Lake Compounds. Which ones did I do? I did. I forget what it was called. It's the one that goes forward and then does the whole thing backward. The Ricochet, maybe?
I think that's called
the Tilt-A-Whirl?
Blizzard sometimes. Is it the one that's like kind of tilted and like you're sitting in cars?
No, it's more like, imagine a regular roller coaster and you go through the whole thing and you're like, great, we're done. And then you go backwards through the whole thing.
I don't like that.
Horrific.
That is horrifying. Now, were you at is this a carny? Were you like friends with carnies in this situation?
No, this was all high school and college kids doing summer jobs in ugly khakis.
Wow, beautiful. Ziegler Zeppelin says the boomerang.
The boomerang. Thank you.
That makes sense because forward and back.
Yeah.
Wow. Ziegler Zeppelin. Someone with Zeppelin in their name, of course, is going to know this roller coaster ride. Fantastic. Scott, is there anything you'd like to plug on your way out the door besides corn itself?
My improv partner and I, the duo Breakfast Boys, we're doing a show on Monday at 8:30 p.m. at Funny's Improv on Broome Street, Lower East Side. That's a lot of fun. And a movie I did props on is coming out in theaters. Well, at IFC this weekend. Well, technically I did props on half of the movie. On the second half they shot, which is the first half of the movie. So that's all I can truthfully claim. But yes, the movie I did props on called The Sweet East.
Very cool.
Lots of show dates are sold out for the weekend itself, but it's going to be showing next week as well. So please check that out.
Awesome. So
And a lot
do
of
you
fun.
work you work in production design and a lot of movies like that? Is that
Yeah, I mostly do props and other little art department jobs. Yeah, it's been fun.
that's
Nice.
very cool.
Well, check out the Breakfast Boys, y'all.
Yeah,
Local favorite.
it's very fun. The show's 5 doll hairs.
That's
I have so many doll hairs.
Yeah.
I'll buy tickets for everyone.
Hang on.
Now that's a currency that we can all get behind. Scott, thank you for being here. We'll see you again
Thanks for having
soon.
me.
Check out those Breakfast Boys and Sarah. That's a show.
That's the show. I mean, maybe I'll be back.
Wow, maybe.
Maybe I won't.
Sarah,
I don't know.
just give us something to cling to here.
I'm a loose cannon. I'm keeping it casual, I can't be tied down right now. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, that's a wild statement. You can't even be tied down. It's not like this is a legally binding thing. Just give us a lie. Give us something to hang on to here.
For an hour and a half. Now I'll be back. This was delightful.
It's always fun to have you. Like you're the tether to the earth that we need on this show. Please come back again soon. Eric was scared to come here because you were here, and it was great.
Yeah. Famously, terrified of me.
Exactly. Spencer, the comments, your name is too long on the hosted by graphic to not commit to at least twice a year. And that is true.
Agree.
Look at you.
Honestly,
Look at the prime real estate in the corner there.
Honestly, I appreciate I'm still on there, and I wouldn't be hurt if I wasn't. But keep me on there, buddy.
Keep in mind, when Hartney stopped doing this, we took his name off like that.
See, but I never stopped. I just sort of floated away, And then sometimes I come back
exactly.
and then float away again.
It makes sense. You're still on your island in your dull part utopia, but we're gonna get you back here more often. Look, you're vanishing now. There you are. See, that's the bounce back. Folks, please come back. We're here every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern and in any time zone. All the way, shouts to Megan down in Aussie. Please continue to join us, and we have a live show in Brooklyn this very Friday, December 1st at 7:30 p.m. at Friends and Lovers. It's going to be a blast. We have truly 25 performers taking the stage for 1 to 2 minute bits. It's going to be fantastic. We're all doing very weird shit, which you don't always get to see. So please come out, and we'll see you next week right back here. Thank you for showing that, Jorge. Jorge, jump out here and say hi before we leave because you had some bangers tonight.
Woo!
Yes! Look at you. That's Jorge skydiving, no doubt.
Wow. That guy behind you is very serious.
Wait, Jorge, are you I know he's sort of bored. Your tandem guy is sort of weirdly bored.
He sees that sort of stuff all the time and didn't care about any of the quips I told him.
Sorry, were you skydiving or were you playing Sarah's weird mouth game that she made? It's hard to tell. Hard to tell. Yeah. Shouts, Jorge.
I've been sitting. I've had that Facebook album sitting there since I took that. It was a 2013, 2014, something like that. Yeah, way before Invisalign. And I'm glad it finally paid off. That $70 DVD with photos on it.
Absolutely.
That's great. You got to hold on to that. When I went in 2000, I don't know, 2, I did not spring for I went during, you watch the video and they're like, you've not consumed alcohol in the last 24 hours. And I was like, ha, that's not legally binding, is it? And then jumped out of a plane. Yep.
Wow.
Let's go.
Great stuff. Smart stuff. Folks, we will see you next week. We will be back then. Come join us once again. Sarah will be back in the near future. Good night.
Bye.